It is time. Jak and Daxter, one of my favorite games of all time. Oh my god, I was so happy to find this on the PS4. And welcome to my channel, everyone. And here I bring you the first parts of our new game Let's Play of, well, another Let's Play of Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. And so, we're going to start a new game. Let's see, let's go for this one. I've already done a test playthrough.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed.
Here's
to
the thing
find.
about the Jak and Daxter series, at least
Why
with
did
Jak
they
1,
create the vast
no matter
monoliths
what
that litter
iteration
our
of
planet?
it,
How did
you
they
can
harness
never
the life
skip
energy of the world?
the
What was their
cutscenes.
purpose and why did
There's
they
one thing
vanish?
at least good about this game that I like is that all the cutscenes are in-game graphics.
The rocks,
So it
but
makes
the
for
rocks do
easier
not recall.
transitions for most of it,
Even
for this
the
game.
rocks do not
Because the
recall.
second a cutscene is over, you're back to gameplay without a
Every
loading
bone
screen.
in my body
For the
tells
later
me
Jak
that the
games, there is a
answers
loading
rest
screen,
on the
but it's only
shoulders
for like
of a young
2-3 seconds.
oblivious to his destiny,
And this game,
uninterested in the search for truth,
surprisingly to me,
and
has
rejecting
aged
all my
alright because I've
guidance.
used to these graphics. I've
And why
played
would he want to
this
listen
game
to
so
old famous
many
Visage
times that
anyway?
you have no
I'm only the
idea.
master of Greeny Go, one of
Unless
the
since I
wisest
can't
men
skip
on the
this
planet.
cutscene, it's gonna take up most of this part.
So it seems the answer
But for this
begins
part,
not
I'm
with
going
careful
to
research or sensible thinking. Nay,
be going for
as with many of fate's
a
mysteries,
good collectathon. This is a
it
collectathon
begins
game, by the way.
but a small act of
And plus, there are no
disobedience.
swords, no guns, no nothing. It's just you and your
Told us
wits.
not to come here.
But it's not like a survival game either. It's just, you know, punching, kicking, spinning, as well as dodging enemies. You do shoot actually, but by the means of this stuff known as eco, but we'll get into eco later. Right now, here are antagonists, Goal, and his sister, Maya, and I like the static animations.
Deal
Somewhat static.
harshly with anybody who strays from the village.
Yeah, you could tell with this
Attack
game,
it.
like, they just, like, grab stuff from the inventory, just, like, place it there, it's like, okay, here it is. And sometimes you can even tell who's not moving at all. See, how does he notice it out of
What are we
everyone? And
doing
he just
here
goes in by
anyway,
himself.
Jak? This place gives me the creeps.
See, Jak and Daxter stumbled onto something that's like, huh. But then they just go exploring like they wanted to.
Because
really is what they're doing here, they're just-
junk.
Being disobedient children.
Eek! What is that, Doc? Ooh.
I wish there were
It sure
subtitles,
don't
but
look
then
friendly.
again, I've been talking almost
Sage
every,
yanks on
I
about
don't
the
want to
Precursors
stop
that
talking
built
even
this
during the
place all the
cutscenes.
time.
Because I'm
Where
pretty sure the
did they
people
go?
that will watch this
Why
are the
did they build this
fans.
crud? Now I like
But since this is the
Precursor
first game,
power
I
cells as much as
welcome the
next guy.
first
But
timers.
if you ask me, they must have been a real loser.
But if you're watching Jak 2 and never played the Jak games, I don't know why you're here to watch it. I will definitely play Jak 2, but again, I'll ramble about that a little later. Here's our enemy. And Jak, his instinct is of course to be a hero with not considering the consequences of some of his actions. And this consequence turns out to be the greatest thing alive. Daxter becoming
Man, that stung.
an asshole.
I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What?
Greatest cutscene of all time. One of.
Okay. I'm fine.
Jeez.
I'm fine.
This partial, like, polygon stuff is like... I mean, to be fair, this is like a definite step up to the polygons in Final Fantasy VII, but like you can tell they're just
What
like
in
this
green
polygon here,
tarnation do
polygon
you two
there.
want?
Definite step up to Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot was a decent
Instead of heeding
polygon
my wisdom,
animation, like with
the
the
two of
pieces
you
that they
went
use, but like this is
mucking
like a
around in the only
definite step
place
up
that
for
I
Naughty
told you not
Dog.
to go. Misty Island.
That's right. And then
And Daxter, You finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark
ego.
ego.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping
love
because in my
Samus.
professional opinion, the
Samus does
change is an
not care for
improvement.
sass
And
because he'll be like,
besides,
come on, man.
I
You really
couldn't
think you can
tell
outsass
if I
me?
wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form.
Galacta.
the sage.
We just passed
But
by
he
him,
lives far
but
to the north.
Jak and Daxter didn't know who he was, but they will later in the game, much later. I feel like this would be one of my longest playthroughs. But the way I play, since it's 80%, it'll probably be shorter than you think. If it was a 100%, oh, I would definitely take centuries on this game.
But its volcanic soil is
No, Kira, he looks at her like this is the first time seeing her.
20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the
But they know who
cannon's
she
heat.
is
Isn't that
because they
right,
know
Daddy?
Samus, and that's Samus'
Yes,
daughter.
Kira, that might work.
To this
But
day,
we're
we do
a
not know the
boy
wife
and a half
of
going to get
Samus. This
20
is not even a
power cells.
From the
picture.
villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they are
Crazy
willing
bird
to
lady.
just give them
My
away,
uncle,
greasing their palms
apparently.
with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet
I do
there
like
are
the
even
NCPs.
more
They're spread
of them
out,
in the
but I
wilds
like them.
just waiting for
Dialogue,
some
anyway.
brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the
Brave
brave adventurer at least.
Brave
I love
adventurer.
Daxter's cockiness.
You two
It's
couldn't
like
find your way out of the
he
village
like he
without
is
training.
brave
Before you
to
do
go out on this
anything else,
adventure,
you
but
better go through the
since
warp
he's
gate
like
and
super
get some
tiny, he
practice on
obviously knows he's
Geyser
not
Rock.
that strong.
We won't find any more of that
But then again, he
dark
was
gooey
scrawny
eco
to
stuff,
begin
will we?
with, so.
'Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn
Not that I'm
into you.
just scrawny, guys. It's just that
Before I
not
turn
all of
you
them are
both into
fighters.
ferns.
And Daxter's no exception. He always hides behind Jak. In this game, he's always on the shoulder. One of the reasons why Jak has the shoulder guard. Alright, so before we really get started, turn off the hint and vibrations. Alright, so Geyser Rock is that we're doing it. It's easy collect on here, but since it's training Central 101 and most games that have a training sequence, they like to pause your gameplay and make you waste time. But with this game, if you turn off the hints, you'll be able to skip the dialogue that happens all over this place, because it basically, before you even make it to the first ledge, you're like, this is a precursor orb, and then what we just collected, this is a power cell, this is a scout fly, and so much more. I'm done. So, first things we collected were these things on the top right are precursor orbs. And then what we're collecting now are scout flies. Precursor orbs, they're the currency of in this world. They've been currency since day one. And what we just collected right now is a power cell. The power cell is the main object of power for this game. And it's what's necessary to beat the game. Now we don't need in total there's 101. Alright, but we don't have to get 101. We only have to get the necessary one shot, which I believe is 74? Yeah, 74, because 72. 72 is what it takes to get to the final area. The final area, we have to get obligatory power cells in order to progress the game to get to the final boss, but we don't have, but regardless, 72 is like is the necessary amount. And then on the bottom left are scout flies. Now scout flies are basically little tracking devices that Kira, the girl that we saw earlier, she placed them around the world, or the world that they live in at the moment, to scout for power cells. And after you collect 7 in each area that you go through, you get a power cell. In other words, basically the final scout flies is the one that end up finding a power cell, while the other sets are just like, come on man, you really have to show us stuff like that? Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, power cells are the main thing, and well, I'll talk about the next thing later. The top, the top left. I'll get into eco actually after this. Alright, so we collected all the precursor orbs, and we collected our last power cell for this area. This game is a big collectathon 100%, and because they keep track of your records when you press start, you get to see what you collected so far, like overall collection, and it tells you where you got them, and it will also tell you in Mario 64 style, like where you can get it, what's the name of the mission, like how do I get this one? Oh, there's your answer. I feel like it's not necessary for the precursors, but at the same time there are MCPs not only ask for precursor ores. When you talk to them, they're like, no, I need this amount of precursor ores for a power cell. But if you do certain missions, you just get a power cell right off the bat. Alright.
Good training, boys. But
So,
that's nothing compared to the challenges
now we
that
truly
lie
get
ahead.
into the story, since that was just meant to be a training montage.
You got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to
I wish
stay
the
in
rock
champ
music was
this
playing,
week,
but it
we're,
wasn't.
itching to get on
So
with our
this
adventures.
series is gonna have some parts where it goes pretty
Fine,
long because I'm gonna try to complete some areas of the game,
And
just the
while you're
smallish
out
ones, small-ish.
adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out while you follow the maps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Alright. Now we get into the game. So for this game, you don't really need to talk to people, because in most games you have to talk to MCPs in order to activate missions, but really in this game, they change it up a bit by, if you know what you're doing, if you played this game before, you can actually go ahead and get missions done before you talk to the MCPs. So, when it comes to people like Samos and Kira and this guy right here, you do have to talk to them first. But when it comes to people like the mayor over here, you don't have to talk to them at all, because to initiate to know where you're going, yeah, you gotta talk to them. But like, if you already know where you're going, you don't have to talk to them. You can just get the mission done, and you'll get the stuff that you need, or the power cell that you need in this case. So I can't get all of the Sandover Village stuff out the way just yet. Well, not everything. But I'm gonna try to get most of this stuff in Sandover Village and Sentinel Beach, the mission that Samos just gave us to break the rocks. But we won't be able to 100%, well, we can't 100% Sentinel Beach with one thing. But we can get, let's say, 99.9. Alright, now to go into Eco. So, one of these things, one of the game's main mechanics here is Eco. We have blue, red, yellow, and green. Green obviously being our health. Blue, as we just know, it gives us a barrier of electricity that increases our speed and also brings stuff to us. Red Eco increases our strength, also giving us a one-hit kill level strength. Like if we attack enemies while covered in red Eco, we'll destroy them in one hit. One enemy just get like 2 hits, but mostly 1 hit. Yellow Eco is our projectile Eco, so we do have a gun, but only when we have the yellow Eco. And the yellow Eco we don't get till like, this is where we're at now is Sandover Village, which is the first section we started. The next section is Sentinel Beach. The third one is Forbidden Jungle, and the last one will be Misty Isle. So Forbidden Jungle I would go into quickly just to get one thing out the way, but for time's sake, we're not. So, let's get him in there. Alright. So, what we just did, we just completed the mission without thinking. And that is to hurdle all the Yakao, that's the name of the species. So once we get the necessary power cells, this is where we must go to get to the next part of the world, but we will not get to it just yet. Let's keep going with finding scout flies, actually, because scout flies are important. How many do I have now? 4? There's 3 more. Just not that hard to get. Did I get the one in the farmer's house? I think I did. And I feel like the one in the farmer's house will be the last one. And I don't think I'm gonna get all the powers, precursors, or maybe I will. Alright, I would talk to this guy, but not just yet. We'll save him for later. But you know what, I'll save those for later too, because that's a different way. Yes, even the rocks do not recall, little brother. How did I trip? That's the one thing about confusing about that. There's some hitboxes that are just weird. Alright, now, where's that last one? Was it outside? Or was it here? No? Oh yeah, even the rocks did not recall. Ultra Instinct. Get wrecked, Jiren. Oh man. I thought I got the one there. No. Where is it? It was not there. Probably had a hard time loading. Alright. Another power cell. Alright. Now to get most of Sentinel Beach out the way. Because in order to truly finish it, speedrunners have found the way to like get a certain power cell that I need to fully complete Sentinel Beach, which I want to do before we progress through Fire. But I have not mastered that trick because my skills in platforming are not that fantastic in this game. I mean, it looks like I know what I'm doing, but at the same time. Alright, so welcome to Sentinel Beach, and we're gonna come to first area where there's a bunch of bombardment of bombs here. The thing is, they're being shot out of the cannon by a few lurkers, which is the name of the enemies, the enemies we've been fighting so far. They're on top of that tower here. Whoop. There are lurkers shooting from above it. They can see us. So, we're going to use that to our advantage to break these steel crates. Okay, that works. Is that all of them? Nope, that's not. And I hate this guy. He's a mission I really don't want to deal with, but I have to. Alright, good enough radius now. In this game, when it comes to power cells, some of them really are just lying around the place. Like this one. And the one we just saw getting scooped up. Now, the one that's scooped up is one of the most annoying ones to get, but it's not hard. I feel like I should just go get it to get it out the way. But I will now, because I know where it's going to land. Why do I care about the precursor ores? Because I do. At least a certain amount. I mean, this isn't any percent, but I'm trying to... When you could get stuff... you could get a lot of stuff early out the way if you could get a certain amount of power cells from the start. Like, I'm talking about, like, I could get a bunch of power cells from the start. Because the maximum right now I need to get to continue the story is 20. I want to get more than that just so I could get a good chunk of, so I can get the game done quicker. Words. And we beat the Pelican, because if we took too long, the Pelican would have gotten it again. Lurker dogs. Yeah, punch the puppy. So, does he go back to his nest? No, he goes away forever. The alternate way to get rid of that Pelican is that you can actually blow him up with the cannon once you take control of it, because the power cell is up there with that, where that cannon is. We have to destroy the lurkers in order to get to that cannon. Get him out the way, and let's break Samus's vents freedom. I don't know how to use his vents. He probably doesn't mention it why, but at the same time, like, do we really need them at the moment? This is like one of the discussions, because he tells you what you have to do. Like, I'm calling the vents, okay, just punch the rocks. Really, Jak is stronger than those stings with his fist. I love the victory dances too. So, if you've been noticing so far with Precursor Legacy, Daxter, whenever you gain an item of importance, he'll do a victory dance. Certain items of importance. One of his hit I really like how he handles it. But, alright, so, another thing about this game is it's puzzles. Like, it actually does, this game actually does have some puzzle elements to it, to a certain degree, but you gotta notice what you have to do. So, like, these right here, they're moving. And what it actually did for us is that it created a ledge for us to get to another scout fly, which I'm going to right now, because I want to get the whole scout flies here. Because I'm pretty sure there are speedrunners who figure out a way to not need this to get the scoutfly, if they do get the scoutfly here, but I have not perfected that. So we're good. Now, if I turn on the hints, Daxter will say some dialogue to the seagulls, and I do like that dialogue, but because I don't want to deal with hints, then we will have to hear the cool dialogue. Even though it's 90%, but still, I don't want to deal with hints. The hints, like, sometimes like to pause at, like, unnecessary moments. So the seagulls that we're messing with right now, we have to go to all three of these platforms and scare them. And once we do, they get so close to the waterfall that's over there, it'll cause an avalanche. Brass Road. As quickly as I can. Gonna get one, that's fine. I don't know how those seagulls cause an avalanche, really, I don't. Alright, these are lurkers, by the way. Primary enemies that we see, and those lurkers in particular are practically the only ones we see. At least the ones we've seen as well. They're like the Shadow Heartless, let's say that. And the only one that tried to kill Jak in the first cutscenes, in the opening cutscene, is like the soldier class. They take 2 hits, but if you had ready, go there 1 hit. So, we're almost done with what we can do in Sentinel Beach, and I'll come back to it much later after we do the Forbidden Jungle, but right now let's get what we can get. The reason to Blue Eco, actually Blue Eco has another purpose, and that is to activate Precursor technology. So there's some Precursor orb vents like this, where you need Blue Eco, as depicted by this somewhat lightning bolt, for you to activate, so that way it can raise up and give you the Precursor orbs that it has, and as well as open doors and reconstruct stuff. should go back up. I doubt it'll go back to its original spot, but still. At least we have the Precursor orbs. So remember that. So there's a. I know some reasons like animal cruelty. You're punching an egg. Well, there's a reason to it. And my question that I was about to get to is: do we remember Dinosaur eating that old lady for a brief moment? Well, we're actually doing her mission, just like we did the cow mission for that farmer, for that sleepy farmer we saw. So this mission.
Good job.
There she is.
Now meet me down here by the egg.
Only other time we'll see her.
Oh
right.
my! I hope.
So did you know you had to do this mission? No. Some people would punch this egg, seeing that they could punch it, and they unintentionally did a mission because they think they could just like, oh wait, I probably should have talked to her first. No, you didn't have to. So this is a primary example of you can do a mission early and just get straight to the power cell.
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and work with the sage to take care of her.
Now what we just did technically is that we've acquired a definite friend. And by that I mean that bird, known as Fluff, well, the Fluff bird, will actually be useful later on in the game. But right now, we're gonna get the last power cell that we have access to at the moment. I love the dance moves Daxter does. And yep, all we're missing is one, which will be cannon over here. So yeah. So over there at that cannon is where we get our last power cell here. But we won't really get to until we have blue eco. Now, the one thing about eco in this game is, as you've probably been noticing, hopefully obviously noticing on the bottom right, is that you have a meter. And the more you collect, the increases. And if you go over a vent of eco, where it's just eco shooting out like crazy, you'll get a full meter, but of course it'll still go down. It won't give you like temporary, like, limitless energy.
You caught me at a most inopportune moment.
I mean, it does, but like,
set off on my
there is a
journey
limit.
yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old.
Alright, so he is one of the primary examples of why this game is praised for its collecting. Except for this guy, the only thing he asks from us is to fund his expedition that he wants to do. And the price for everyone except for the oracles, which I'll get to in the next part, is that he asked for 90 precursor orbs. Alright, so give him the orbs and we get the power cell. That's one of the reasons why we collect the precursor orbs in the first place. It is currency, and that's what most of the MCPs ask for. And by collecting as much as you can, you'll get some easy power cells out the way, depending on the NPC you talk to. So, got a power cell out the way, but at the cost of 90 orbs. So now I think we're down to 100 something. No, less than 100 actually. Oh no, we had way more than 100. I guess we were at 200 something. Alright. Who remembers the cow mission? I remember the cow mission, and this is the guy that's the cause of it. And you go straight to just thanking you instead of just telling you what you have to do. Because for most games, for the mission to, even if you do a mission ahead of time, you still have to listen to the first, like, you still have to listen to the request. But in this game, you could just fulfill the request and then go straight to the dialogue of you completing the request. Alright, so power cells right at the bat, only 6 more to go actually. Alright, and I think I'm going to end the part by finishing collecting the precursor orbs for Sandover Village. Even though it says we just entered Forbidden Jungle, we're still technically in Sandover Village. as depicted by these orbs. There we go. So now we got 18 orbs, or should I say... So now, 118 orbs, 14 power cells, 7 scout flies. That's all. That's pretty much all the Sandover's Village collectibles, except for some power cells. In fact, yeah, we're still at Sandover Village. So yeah, we need to take these to the Oracle, and then there's the one with the mayor and the muse. This also involves the mayor. No, well, no, not there. But now we're gonna deal with Forbidden Jungle, and that has a lot of orbs, and we'll deal with Forbidden Jungle in the next part. But right now, I'm gonna call it a part here. This game is amazing. I can't wait to finish it because I'm not done. I did a test playthrough, but I wanted to stream my rediscovery of this game. So with that said, we're gonna end it with getting the first Precursor orb of Forbidden Jungle, and I'm going to call it a part. It's gonna take a while, but like, subscribe if you want to, and I hope to bring you more fun and joy with this game. Alright, and everybody take care.